Welcome in, friends. Hi, I'm Anthony. It's a pleasure to meet everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Hello. We're going to take it down a notch today, guys. None of the silliness that you're used to. Today's going to be a very quiet, calm day, okay? Pablo Garcia, congratulations on being first. Guys, please give Pablo Garcia a big hug and kiss. Pablo, congratulations on being first. Hello, Amber. ASMR Wheeler. What a horrible idea. Hi, Takamori. Pablo, you did do it. Hello, Brother Steve. Hello, Brother Steve. Shannon, yes, quiet. It was very quiet. It was too quiet. Alcaris, come in. Alcaris just resubscribed for 12 months with a simple message and say, hi, I got you my friendship for our anniversary. I appreciate that very much, Alcaris. That is the 1 year anniversary. That is what you get someone is friendship. I appreciate it. Thank you. A year. What do you think you've been doing? Like if you weren't watching this live stream at 3 o'clock every day, 2 o'clock your time, what would you be doing? Pablo, congrats on achieving. Emily, I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to call you back. I was busy watching Treasure Planet. So sorry. Actually, I was with my wife at the moment you called. Hi, Patty. Hello, Jesse. Hi, Badger. Lindsay Badger Mix, how are you? When are the kids out of school? I've sneezed so many times today. I swear I don't have any brain cells left. Guys, can we give some claps to Amber Roche for not having any brain cells left? Let's go. You're romantic. Amber, I'm so sorry that you're sneezy. I'm so sorry. Just want to let you know it's never going to get better. You're going to sneeze 4 million more times for the rest of your life. What would you guys rather? What would you rather have to deal with? Sneezing 16 times an hour or having 16 hiccups an hour? I'll take quiet over house rattling thunderstorm. Oh, dogs. That doesn't sound very fun. Hi, Jezebel. I'm sorry that you're having bad weather. Last day of school, let the tomfoolery begin. I didn't know you named your children Tom and then named the girl Foolery. Okay, that's a little strange, but we'll go. Just saying. Yo, 3 of us, are you coming in? Are you coming in for Comic-Con or are you coming in for, what are you coming in for? I'm probably getting more work done. Yeah, me too. Me too. Hello, Jason Fluffy. How's your day, man? Just give me a text on a schedule that might work. Do we have a topic to discuss, Emily? Do we have a topic? Hi, JB. Going to Lightbox. I might go to Lightbox as a fan, but they did tell us that we do not have a table at Lightbox this year. Hello, Kelly. Kelly says sneezing. Kelly would rather sneeze 16 times an hour than have 16 hiccups an hour. Old Bun, welcome in. Hi, Old Bun. Thank you so much for 9 months. We had a 1 year. We have a 9 months. Feels like a lot of months. Hiccups. Allergies are out to get me. Why do I live in the countryside? Because you live in the English countryside, and I bet it's beautiful. I would take that, says Lindsay. Sneezing hurts less. Wait, do you have vicious hiccups? Do you have vicious hiccups? Hi, Mr. Owl. Woohoo! You are here, guys. Welcome back, our friend Old Bun. Took a journey for a couple of months with a new job. But now she's back. We've captured her. Jokes are strong today? Is it sarcasm? Is that sarcasm? You're shooting 311 at Red Rocks and a couple other small club shows prior to the Red Rocks. So Aspen plus Denver. I've told you before, Brother Steve, that I can see Red Rocks from my bedroom, right? I could see you snapping photos of 311. Hi, Dirk Lawson. Hey, Dirk. Dirk, I'm so sorry. Bad news, Dirk Lawson. Pablo Garcia is first today. Yeah, I know, Dirk Lawson. I know that's difficult for you to accept. I don't like it either, frankly, Dirk Lawson, that that that's happened to you, but unfortunately, yeah, Pablo Garcia, Pablo won. Pablo was here first. Ian McKagan at Langbox. You are the only one freaking out at the moment. There's a lot getting thrown at me. Darren, how are you, man? New car payment over other bills? Yeah, you don't need a car. Speaking of people who doesn't need cars, guys, this is an entry. You have vicious hiccups. Oh God. This was an entry from Jim Gleason. Also goes by Kedrin on the Discord. From Gord of the Rings. I don't know if I can get this all the way in here. Look at this. Isn't that great? I had hiccups last night. They were uncomfortable, but I did not poop my pants. Valley Dweller, I'm so proud of you. More times than not, Valley Dweller comes in and says, guys, I didn't poop my pants today. That's awesome. Old Bun and Alcaries, thank you again. I appreciate those subscriptions, all this texture. I don't think Kedrin's here at the moment, but super good. Okay, guess so. Seacrest out. Dude, JB, don't you leave, you little baby. Don't you leave. I know a guy. How many guys do you know? Hi, Cybertechno. That was the only time I counted. That's right. Yeah, Dirk Lawson's been unseated. That is correct. What do you guys want to do today? We have options today. I would like to paint. I'm thinking about starting with this one. Is that cool? Hi, Cornelius. Someone else put their hand on your back, define the spasm, then hold it there for... three of us. I think that's an old wives' tale. Hello, Tuttlefish. Hi, Addie and Daddy. Hi, Manda Panda. I did, yeah, Jezebel. We went over all of the chaotic draw lungs yesterday. There were so many incredible ones. But yeah, the VOD will the VOD is still up. But it's just bonkers town. With so many freaking incredible pieces. This one, Greenbag, Flash Gordon. Hi, Jack. Includes sexologist for once. Wait, you have sexologist Twitch ads? Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? How do you get those? I know three of us has got. Look at Goosepod's Gordy spider. Talk to the manager or whoever did this. You want to talk to the manager of the live stream or whoever got you sick? Can I have it? You can't have it, Old Bun. Normally, I would just say yes, you can. Look at our friend Boxes making art. God damn it, Boxes is good. Jar Bees, welcome in. Old Bun with the new tricks. This one actually goes out to our friend Princess PJs because she saved up enough channel points for me to be able to make a piece of art. Also, the peachy pasties are, I mean, the pumpkin-y patchy. It's a lot. Hi, Kevin. Can't get enough. But yeah, this is just a smattering of some of the pieces that were in the Discord. Pretty freaking rad. Hi, Spicy. It also works. I do it all the time. Why are you touching so many people with hiccups? I think we had a really good show yesterday. I think we had a really good live stream show yesterday. How about this? Here's the agenda for the day. For the first 5 minutes, let's show you some of the chaotic card prompt play tests. A bunch of our friends have been making some secretive art and have been using the chaotic draw along cards. When that's all done, let's start painting this. And then in between that and this, let's sketch on this Jim from Treasure Island as long as Emily's around. Again, all three of these are either channel point redeems or giveaways from the live stream. Whenever we have level 5 hype trains, we do giveaways. Sometimes it's a piece of art, sometimes it's a sketchbook, sometimes it's a back rub from Threevis. Yeah, lots of possibilities. But this was a giveaway, but this is a channel point redeem, as is this one. Now, Emily, what I'm thinking on this one is that I want to have all sorts of misty space clouds, and then I want to have purple and blue and All sorts of stars. It's gonna be, I'm excited. I'm really excited for it. Oh, shush. Don't you tell me to shush, Jesse. The pumpkin nips. Pumpkin patchies. Oh, damn it. For drawing a saucy raccoon. Silly, silly goose goose. That is not a real thing. Is that real? She got banned for 3 days for drawing a saucy raccoon? Show them my gnome? Now I'm going to. I'm going to. Emily, is it a good appointment or is it a bad appointment? Just tell me it's a good appointment. This one is from our friend All Mankind. The prompts, whoops, so sorry, I broke that. The prompts, running, moss. Legitimately, this is probably how this card is going to read in Cyborg, but it's made from scraps. Some of the chaotic draw along prompt cards have optional chaos. It's just a thing to sort of add to sort of the chaotic nature of all the prompts. But damn, this is so good. Yo, hi Moni. Moni, welcome in. Thank you so much for 9 months. How are you? Glad I didn't draw my beaver on stream. Don't say that in front of Monica. I'm kidding. You can say that in front of her. Hasn't been sent to the corner yet. I do not want to get sent to the corner. I have said some awful things, but I've never drawn any awful things. So good appointment, but not a fun one. That's fair. That's totally fair. Did you look at mine? We've looked at a lot at the moment. Hi, Bare Feet. I can't believe she got banned for 3 days for drawing a saucy raccoon. Dude, this is incredible. Look at the colander on the head. Monica, thank you again. It was really nice seeing you on Annie's stream earlier today. Dude, this is great. Monica cheered 100 bits to say that she is too tired because she played a lot of Zelda. Do you guys want me to draw some Zelda on stream sometime soon? Hi, Princess. God, dude, I seriously love this one. I seriously love this one. Jack, that's rad. This one's All Mankind. An indispensable artistic aid. I appreciate that. So a crying bear televangelist. She'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, she always streams on Goblin Hour, so I always miss it. Oh my God, it's so good. Draw some OG Zelda. Yeah. Oh yeah. Draw Ganondorf. Okay. On behalf of Valkyries, please draw all the Zeldas. Moni, how far into the game are you? God, look at the televangelist crying bear anointing. This is so freaking clever. Hi, Twatchy, how are you? Again, this is from our friend All Mankind, part of the play test. Here's our pale Amber printing out the cards. So again, 16, 17 people volunteered to help do the cards. This is the total rough draft. They are going to look incredible. They're not going to look like paper cutouts. There's 3 different colors of cards. The full-blown thing will be orange, green, and red. And then the red cards are going to be the chaotic cards. Amber, this is such a good video. How rad is this? Handyman home projects. Artist taking a back seat. I hear you, man. Sometimes you got to do it. I totally get it. I know how that goes. I love how this came out. So you gave yourself an hour to do this. Okay, right on. Dry sassy Goron. Hello, Smikes. I'm just going to draw a spicy you. Do Barbie bunny self-portrait? Don't tempt us. Just do it. Do it right now. This is gorgeous. Amber, I love the little wisps on the beard. Princess PJs, I also finished inking this, and so we're gonna paint this on stream today. All right, that's amazing, Amber. That video was so great. This is our pal Pablo. Pablo, what were your cards? An evil gnome warrior. Again, guys, Pablo is the reason that we have a salacious beaver. That's his salacious beaver. Yeah, boxes, isn't that cool? Amber killed it. Hi, Owl Bear. Well, Smikes, if you have, I'll take any pictures. Any pictures. I like to collect pictures of you, Smikes. Isn't this so good? Were you trimming trees this day? Pablo, this is so good. Hi, Good Right Hook. Charles, did you get my message on Instagram? This community is so talented. I agree, silly. We're so freaking lucky. But here, look at this. Pablo's 7-year-old wanted to play too. So look at the hypnotherapist turtle, who's just a little sleepy. Whoops. Isn't this cool? Isn't this so cool? So this is Pablo's kiddo. And then there's one more, and a jittery cereal box Yeti. Yeah, so Pablo's got 2 amazing kiddos. Sweet as pie. They also taste like pie because their mother bakes them into pies. It's an owl bear. It's a complicated story to tell. Again, these are just the play tests from the chaotic draw along. Here's Nancy's the floating, crying eyeball creature. It's Nancy. These are so great. Nancy, it's so cool to watch your creativity really blossom. Hi, Doomsack. Doomsack says, what do you think about testing the children's book we created volunteering to read at the local town library? A good idea or bad idea? Well, I have no idea the content of the book. I assume if you think it's for children, then that would probably be a good idea. But I'm a little scared. Anytime Doomsack and children, you combine those two things, I think we have to be scared. This is from Addie and Daddy Cortland, who's busy doing dad things. So a nerdy alien triplet. It's for 3 to 8-year-olds, for real. Yeah, I've not seen any of it yet. This is so good. Cortland, I know it sounds really dumb, dude, and I know you're busy with other stuff. I legit think that these could be little characters that you could have run around the Addie and Daddy verse. These are really fun. Like little mascots. This is Dirks. So one of the things that was interesting about the playtest so far is I told everybody that it's a creative aid, but also we're gamifying it at the same time. So we're trying to serve 2 groups of people. The individual who wants to get better at art, have an art aid, have a little bit of extra help, somebody who's overcoming artistic block, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But also somebody who's trying to gamify things and wants to play with their brother or sister, or wants to play with their spouse, or wants to play in a large group, or they want to get hammered and make it a drinking game. And so we didn't give people a lot of extra direction other than it's going to be all of these things. And it was really fun to sort of see how people's brains worked. And there was a lot of homebrew kind of variety that people were coming up with or have been coming up with. So first of all, this is Dirks. Look at the sad dumpster ogre. I'm not getting wrecked at all. You cannot tell the host to get wrecked. And then Dirk was pulling individual cards. And so now we have the apocalypse, which is now glowing with a with a gnome with the this one's so clever. Say it. Yeah, Doomsack, I'd be happy to look at it. I don't know if I can look at it on the stream today, but yeah, happy to take a look at it. That'd be cool. But I just love how you decided, Dirk Lawson, to homebrew up kind of your own version of things. So in the box, when we kickstart the Chaotic Draw Along, there will be sort of basic instructions for kind of the creative aid, and there will be basic instructions for the gamified version. But Kelly Maldonado brought up a really great suggestion the other day that we, as part of the Chaotic Draw Along website, will have all sorts of other suggestions for different homebrewed ideas. And I think grabbing the one card at a time and then having to layer drawings in, I think is going to be a really fun extra idea that we could add in. Yeah, everything was really helpful. Everything was really helpful, Dirk Lawson. Aren't these great, though? A Yeti riding a bird? A wary bird? Yeah. Because why wouldn't the bird be so wary? It's got a giant Yeti on its back. Yeah, it's so fun, dude. You did such a great job. I love the feedback. What was this one? This was a sad turtle dumpster with optional fire from our friend Nancy. I love the 3D approach that you put together on this. It feels like a real physical object. It's really cool. Look at the little hatch door that she put in there. Yeah, so some of the drawings are probably going to be more cursed than others, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Again, as a creative tool or creative aid, just sometimes you need to get outside of your comfort zone. I don't think Nancy has ever drawn a sad turtle dumpster fire before. I'm almost certain of it. I'm almost certain. Yeah, Doomsack, Discord would be great. Discord's an easy place for me to look at stuff. An artistic husband to play, draw some holy curse shit. Yeah. We looked at this one the other day. This is from our friend Jazabelle, who came up with this sort of gorgeous piece. Homebrew suggestions, just IPAs. Just make IPAs. Those are the only homebrew suggestions. So good. So good. So, let's see. What other updates can I share about the chaotic drawing? We did not hear back from the vendor today in terms of the paper costs and everything. Again, the quote that they quoted me to print things locally was incredibly expensive. Too expensive for me to be able to afford, in fact. More expensive than I think that we'll probably yield in a Kickstarter crowdfunding effort, even if we get a lot of luck on our side. So I went back. I asked them to reevaluate things based on the volume of which I'm looking to print. I told that I would be willing to make a little bit of a concession here or there, but I need them to really sort of fix the price. And so we'll find out. But they're actively working on the Red Pepper sketchbook, which is the red version. Hopefully we'll have that available in 2 weeks. That's the hope. They're already gluing up the covers. And then we'll talk about doing a little pre-order campaign and some giveaways and stuff for that. I'm hopeful that the red sketchbook campaign, which is not a Kickstarter crowdfunder, it's just a little pre-order on the website, will be enough additive income that then I can put that towards the chaotic draw along card prompts and push a couple of things forward. So we'll see. We will see. But it's going to be complicated. It's going to be complicated. All right, let's start painting this. So again, this was a giveaway for Sparrow. We had an awesome level 5 hype train on Friday. When that's all done, I would like to work on this. And then depending on Emily's schedule, so this is Jim from Treasure Planet. And this is my interpretation of Jim, and I wanted to do a little something special for her. So this was also a channel point redeem. The fulfillment, how incredible, volatile, shipping and handling returns. Yeah, that is the shipping and handling portion is obviously a concern. We're in a pretty okay spot when it comes to the shipping process. I know a couple things, get obviously lost through the cracks and stuff like that, but so one of the things, let's just talk about it. So I pay for a ShipStation account. ShipStation is a global shipping interface that works with all of the major shipping companies. And then they interface in to get us shipping discounts on all the major companies and everything. And I buy my postage through them. But the fun thing is I have presets set up for each individual item that I sell in my shop. So let's just say we do 500 orders on the Kickstarter. That might be really aggressive. I don't really know. But what will end up happening is in my basement where we do all of our shipping, we'll end up bringing out 2 8-foot tables that we have, and we will build stations. And so basically, we'll go through the campaign. We'll get all of the surveys or as many of the surveys back as we can, and then we'll have 2 big stations set up for fulfillment. Between my wife, a couple of friends, and the kids, we'll be able to plow through the majority of the fulfillment in a couple of days. I'm going to streamline a couple of things. Most of you know that when you order something from my online store, I do a handwritten note. For that Kickstarter campaign, I'll have to simplify things, and I'll have to go down to just a sort of a generic thank you, but it'll be the best I could do based on volume. And then the fun thing is Kickstarter will then integrate with ShipStation based on the plan. So all of those orders will automatically import. And then what will be really fun, because now we have Kelly Maldonado on board and everything like that. So Kelly then can go through and help validate all the orders to make sure that all the shipping stuff. ShipStation can be a little bit tricky sometimes. Like we just sent a package to Marissa in Canada, and unfortunately it didn't port over the PO box from my online store. It just didn't. It validated the address, told me the address was totally good. It just didn't port over the PO box, and so I was sort of left and you can't return an international shipment. So there is some risk there, but just kind of is what it is. But we'll be pretty well geared up for sort of a big fulfillment. The one thing that I'm going to do too is when I did my Kickstarter a couple of years ago for the art book, we had 20 some people not fill out their surveys. It just happens, right? And so basically, I will hold on to enough product for 6 months so people can come in, fill out their surveys. If they miss that 6-month window, which would be, it's just going to happen, I'll do my best to fulfill those. But otherwise, then those unclaimed orders will go unclaimed, and they'll just go back into the big pot if they're available. So, I think we have a pretty good fulfillment plan. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see. Did my most recent Kickstarter years ago. Yeah, it's and the fun thing is and I'll show you guys too. I can't show you guys my ShipStation in fear of accidentally doxing somebody. So I would have to be thoughtful about how I would put information up. What's really cool about sort of integrating ShipStation into the whole shipping mix is it can come through in tiers. And so let's say there's 5 tiers for a Kickstarter. Hold on. I'm reading all these comments from Charles. Let's say there's 5 tiers. I can import each one of those tiers individually. So when I'm fulfilling, let's say just 2 decks of cards, they will all come through sort of in one bundle, and then we can print all of those labels at the same time, and so we can maximize by batching everything. So, a couple of Kickstarter rewards of the album. Ship a few of the drums. It was pricey. Yep. Hi, Endrift. Welcome in. Hi, Bearded Ham. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, so obviously the biggest liability is international shipping. I lose a few dollars on international shipping, and maybe we gain a little bit of magic sometimes on domestic shipping. Up until the pandemic, we had only ever lost, I think, 1 package internationally. Since the pandemic, I think USPS and Customs has lost 3 or 4. It just is what it is. And you eat those, and unfortunately, sometimes eating it really sucks. But it just is what it is. I hate it, but I don't know. Bare Feet, welcome in. Sketchbooks I ordered. The sketchbooks are super awesome. Thank you, Old Bun. I appreciate you saying that. 2 weeks, hopefully less. Thank you, Dirk. I'm excited to see it. I appreciate it, man. Sometimes we come through in tears too. I don't want anybody to cry. Sorry. Don't be sorry. To pirate ship or more robust. It's a super robust shipping solution, basically. I pay $29 a month for our level, and I highly recommend it. Hi, Scott Allen. Cost of doing business, it is. Like this week, I lost some money in shipping this week. It sucks. Just is what it is. There's always chances. All right, so let's talk about this. So watercolor. This is Strathmore Mixed Media. This is the heavyweight board. We're gonna use watercolors. These are Sennelier watercolors ! Tools. We'll get you a link. Obviously, my palette is very dirty. I've told this before. The way I set up my palette is I generally have my skin tones and my yellows kind of over in here. I have my purples, greens, and blues kind of on this side. Red kind of always just lives on its own in this category because red is a pretty tricky color to play with. And then all the browns and grays and everything tend to live in this tub. I don't generally put paint on this side because everything will drip down, and that's the way they want it to. They want it to drip down into these little reservoirs. The problem that I run into, especially if I have sleeves on, is if I'm painting, if I'm grabbing a bunch of paint right here, and then my sleeve gets right here, I've definitely drug paint onto my painting, and it sucks. So I would like to avoid that at all costs. The two brushes that I'm going to be using today in Drift, welcome in again. So we've got a Raphael size 3. This is a round brush. This one has seen some action. And then this is a Winsor Newton size 3, but this is a miniature round brush. So they're both round, but this is a miniature. I love the miniature for tiny, tiny, tiny little details. You can still, because it's a sable brush, get a lot of water on here. I've had this brush in particular, I think, for 4 years, and it is still ultra springy. Part of the reason that you use natural animal hair brushes is because their springiness and how much they're bounce back. They go bounce right back. They're perfect. They are a little bit more expensive, and obviously there's a cruelty to animals element, which is a little bit hard to deal with sometimes. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So when I tackle a watercolor piece like this, I generally like to start to build up the value on whatever the face is going to be. That's my safety zone. That's my comfort zone, I guess. And then I start to work around the piece. I generally get sort of the value and the colors to about 60-70% of where I think that they will ultimately end up to start, because I want to get enough done right here to then be able to put in a background. I don't like to paint the background first. I always like to paint it second, especially with the method using the ink that I do. But I think I need to leave a little bit of value right here so we can get really good tone and everything in the back. And if I need to change things or brighten things or darken things, I leave myself a little bit of a safety net when it comes to this. So does that make sense? I think it makes sense, right? Kevin, thanks for shouting out our pals over at Strathmore. You are awesome. I lose my job this Friday, and I'm going to find a new one so I can buy Anthony. Wait, why are you losing your job, Jason Fluffy? What's up with that? I thought, wait, is the restaurant that you're working at closing, or is it a different job? Hi, Gay Club. How are you? Probably be a Kickstarter project for the children's book. Link and sell your stuff, but seriously, would love you to take a peek. Give me feedback. Blow me off like the Timothy Zahn books. You out here, Doomsack, thinking with 3 kids, a wife, and all sorts of projects that I'm just swimming in free time, huh? Is that how this works? Should we just listen to some Star Wars books on stream? Kelly and I are starting to build the Kickstarter campaign now, which is really good. So let's talk. You know what? Charles has done a bunch of Kickstarters, and I know other folks here have been involved. Pablo had a Kickstarter at one point. Let's talk a little bit about crowdfunding and the like. I think crowdfunding is obviously a really sort of prosperous endeavor. It's the reason that I was able to make my first art book. The biggest risk with crowdfunding, like biggest risk with Twitter or Twitch or YouTube, is it's generally hard to build an audience on a platform. You generally have to bring your own audience over to a platform. Sometimes you get a little bit of a bump on Kickstarter or crowdfunding platforms based on their internal algorithms and them sharing projects and things like that. But I will tell you, I was talking to Jake about it, I was talking about Lee and Will about it. You generally get about a 10 to 15% boost in overall sales because of Kickstarter's efforts to bring you customers and clientele. But that's literally it. You don't really get a whole lot more beyond that. So I think for most people, when they are creating a crowdfunding campaign, you have to really, really, really think about the audience, and you've got to think about how to bring an audience over. And generally, when you're trying to bring an audience somewhere, you've got to think about the value that you're going to provide to them. So it's one thing to make a children's book. It's one thing to make an art book. It's one thing to do a card game. But I think ultimately, I think what people are trying to, if they're going to spend money, especially with the recession and everything, they're trying to figure out the way. What is that little line right there? We had that on some of the other paper. There's like a scratch across. All right. It's frustrating. It'll mostly go away. That's what it did on the last one. But for the love of God. Fuck. All right. Well, we'll deal with it. But for the most part, you've got to really show a ton of value to your potential Kickstarter clientele. Because people aren't just going to be out there just willy-nilly wanting to support every single project that they get put in front of them. Hi, Draven. Karma. Who's Timothy Zahn? Timothy Zahn wrote a bunch of Star Wars books. He's a good author. Hi, Sparkle Farts. Draven, hopefully you're having a good day. Manage how much water I should use. You know, that's a touch thing. You definitely do have to sort of play with the amount of water. I recommend light, shallow washes to build up, and then you can always just take a little bit of the water away and start to build off of that. But yeah, we're running into a little bit of a problem here, friends. We had this on another one of the pieces, but there is a line right here. It must have been a production line. That's something in the sizing. There's a scratch on the finish coat, and that is a little problematic with some of the stuff that I'm trying to do. So what we're gonna have to do is just build it into the art, and that part is a little bit complicated. So getting back to the Kickstarter thing, here's what I think you have to do. I think for any successful Kickstarter, you have to communicate and talk about it 4 or 5 months in advance. You have to start to tell people all about it. You have to really be evangelical about sort of crowdfunding and the campaigns and everything like that. I think you also have to be a part of, as a consumer, a couple of different campaigns so you really know what it's like, what fulfillment feels like. It's just like somebody who wants to live stream on Twitch, but they've never been on the platform. It's just not a good fit. It's just going to be really complicated for people to come in and just automatically plunk down and say, all right, Twitch, make me successful. It's just not how it works. Same thing with crowdfunding. If you're not a consumer of crowdfunding, I find that it's probably going to be a very challenging thing to do all on your own without understanding sort of the meta behind it all. So that's one thing. I would really consider. Beyond that, audience, just talking through it, making video content about it, getting people interested. And I think that process starts months and months in advance. And then value. I think overall, there's a lot of stuff out there that provides us no value. Endless TikTok videos, stuff like that. Like, you just have to figure out, like, what's the real value proposition? So you're making a children's book, you're making a card deck, you're making an enamel pin. What's the value back for somebody? So for this particular one, for my project, it's a drawing aid. It's a tool. It's a creative resource for people, and it's a game. It's something that people can do around the dinner table. It's a way for people to interact and engage. It's a way to get out of the dumps when you're making art. When I'm making my art book, it's a creative tool to help people understand my creative process, so they can then go on and start to take some of those tips and tricks and start to thrive. When you're making a children's book, you have to think what the value prop is. Is it that there's a fun message? Is there some kind of preaching message behind the whole thing? Is it just a really fun story that kids of all ages are going to be really excited about? You have to figure out where the value is going to come from. And I'll say it over and over again. What is that? Hi, Eric. Welcome in, dude. Yes, Valley Dweller. It is some Strathmore paper here. Monica, thank you so much for cheering 1,000 bits. Give him a scar. A Glasgow grin. That's right. Monica, thank you so much for gifting or cheering. Appreciate that. Hi, pets. Jen, what are you up to? It's late. It's your bedtime. Monica, thank you for cheering 1,000 bits just to announce that Jen is here. Getting me to look up. Make it work? I'll make it work. I'll totally make it work. And it just is what it is, right? Pat's welcome. Monica, sleep well. Appreciate you. Speaking of preachy messages, the new SVS Learn video. Which is that?
Shit!
Which one are you talking about?
Anthony fucking
Hi, Killer Koala. Happy 69 beaver bits to you, my friend. How are you, man? App online version of the card game? I don't know, Princess Sparkle Farts. I don't know. Kevin, thank you much. Eric, thank you too. 10% of Monica's support. I think that's 1%. I think that's 1%, Eric, but that's okay too. That's okay too. Give him a French mustache. We will see. We will see. Jay So Fluffy, I'm gonna go back up and read that message. Let me close my thoughts on the Kickstarter thing. You got to find value. You got to explain value to people. You got to give them a good value prop, and then you have to work months in advance for any kind of crowdfunding Kickstarter effort to drum up the message. Otherwise, it's just simply not going to work. Too many people with really great products have failed just because they have not either spent a lot of time in the ecosystem or they've not spent enough time building relationships with their audience to let people know. And here's the thing. My chaotic prompt deck might fall flat on its face. I might get some support from Twitch, but I might not get any support from Instagram and Facebook and all that sort of stuff. You just never know. You just honestly never know. I'm going to try to eliminate some of the question marks on it, but there is a lot of risk, and that part is obviously a little bit nerve-wracking. Jen, hopefully you're having a good evening. Princess Sparklefart said, do you plan on doing some kind of app or online version for the card game? So I don't know. That part's a mystery. Any kind of app that you develop has to be updated constantly because of how things change. Like iOS 11 is much different than iOS 16. And sometimes the internal requirements for how applications work and things like that change. And if you have a developer help you one time, you need that same developer to help you multiple times. I don't know. At the moment, I think we're envisioning a physical product. Potentially, there could be something digital or online, but I think we'd have to bring in some extra support for something like that. And that part's a little scary. And maybe might be hard to make money on it. Engagement from the initial presentation, constant updates, referrals, word of mouth, backer rewards. Yep, you totally get it, man. I'll show you my beaver bit, says Killer Koala. Okay. Do you promise? Do you promise? I would like to see your beaver bits. That's a really good question, though, Sparkle Farts. It's tricky. It's just tricky. The problem with preachy art. Oh, I've not seen that one. I have not seen that one. My bedtime, excuse me. Lynn, start making dinner. What time is it for you? 11? 11:30 right now? 11:43? Make it web-based? How do you, I don't know. See, I would need to bring in other stakeholders. And one of the things I'm not scared to do for projects like this is to bring in other kind of stakeholders and things like that. But then the problem is compensation. Compensation is always the tricky part when it comes to bringing in collaborators like that. And then making sure that there's going to be enough value across the board so everybody can get paid. Yeah. Basically web pages. All right, Badger Makes. Badger Makes just volunteered to create it for me. Drat. Well, you don't have to interact in person. I'm not making you interact. You don't have to call. You don't have to call anybody. Canature Online. Zenticle. I have never seen any of that. I don't know what that is. Can I legitimately ask, do you guys find, I know a couple of you do because you say so, but do you guys legitimately enjoy the business side of all of this, or would you rather just that I talk about art techniques, or would you rather we just talk about Darren Feeders and teenage Taco Bell employees? Like, I'm down for all of it. Sometimes I feel like I go so much on the business side that people's eyeballs start going, whoa. Nancy, have a good hair appointment. Enjoy getting your hair did. Hi, Barry Box. 20 minutes to midnight. Hungry. One meal today. Eating's annoying. Why do you eat so late, Jin? Why do you eat so late? If I ate super late in the evening, I would be a very rotund wheeler. Oh, Kelly and Pablo, if you guys are around, what do you guys think? Should I show everybody the potential new redesigns for the logo, or should we wait a little bit? Not take value away. I'm 3 for 3 on successful Kickstarter. Super fortunate each project. Basically 20, 40 hour a week commitment while they're happening. Yeah. And that's, I will always be very direct. That's part of the reason why I wanted to bring Maldonado on board, is that I figured that we could do a couple of crowdfunding campaigns a year and make it and make it a really successful venture, but I couldn't do it on my own. And to have somebody like Kelly, who's super smart operationally and strategically, who could really dive into sort of the nuts and bolts and details of everything, made a ton of sense for me. Pay them with exposure. I could expose myself. Guys, hold on. I just got to get myself exposed here. I like all the parts that apply to me. I'd like you less. Okay, that's fair. Whatever you want to share, Wheeler, I'm here for it. Let's talk about my traumatic childhood. Here for the biz chat and the art chat. What about my hairline chat, Princess PJs? Are you here for that too? Doesn't apply to me. It's cool to hear. Yeah, hopefully we have a good mix. Hopefully we have a good mix of frivolity and practical stuff. The fact that you wear the same t-shirt on stream. So, again, I do wear a lot of the same t-shirts because I filmed like 4 or 5 different videos today, but I filmed bits and pieces of 4 to 5 different videos. And it's just easier than having to go upstairs, put on a different t-shirt, film my thing, come back downstairs, put on a different t-shirt. Plus, you know, I look good in black. Diversify my income with art. Knowing how the sausage is made is a good thing. I appreciate you saying that, Sparkles. Yes, I love the business. And thank you, Endrift. I appreciate you hanging out. You brought me on to harass you. Yes. That is, okay, yes. I was told there would be exposure. Mind tricks don't work, only money. Bitch, you better be ready to listen to me complain. I'm in. A bad Kickstarter. Although I've never had a that's fair, Bearded. That's fair. That's very fair. Don't mock them. I have more than 4 t-shirts. I have 4 t-shirts. All right, mixing up paying off screen here. Done a pre-order for a product. When it's done, as opposed to a long. Have you ever done a pre-order of a product and when it's done, as opposed to a long-term ongoing? Have we? So the Gray Sketchbook, I'm trying to think about how we did all this. So the Gray Sketchbook, when I released it, I don't think we did a pre-order I don't remember if we did a pre-order or if I just said, hey, dudes, this thing is for sale. How did that work? When the black edition of the sketchbook was available, I think that one was a pre-order, but we only had 200 units of that one made, and that one was done. I don't anticipate making more Twitch enamel pins like the purple Wally, unless I'm like ultra successful, then I'm happily going to make more of them. I don't know. I've seen people do that to drive up the fear of loss, which is one of the classic sort of sales techniques. So keeping up with the Joneses, the fear of loss, impulse, etc. I generally like to be pretty straightforward with the stuff that I have available. I don't like to play a lot of games, but also, you know, my margins are not razor thin, but like I'm moving like hundreds of units, not thousands of units. And so I get nervous about the idea that I might close myself off to a real money-making opportunity by only making like 300-400 of a thing. Whereas I could make 1,000 of a thing and have it be an ongoing project. Like we'll probably always keep some variation of the Gray Sketchbook available. And then I'll do limited editions of the black and the red and stuff like that. But that's not like a trick or anything. It's just or a money-making scheme. It's just those extra editions of those sketchbooks are expensive to make. Solo, welcome in. Thank you for that. Reasonably priced tasty food at the airport. Scott, you should just live at the airport. Hi, Sparrow. Let me see that teal ass. It's so weird. Jay So Fluffy, I missed the comment about car payments and jobs. And I said I was going to scroll up, and then my ADHD really kicked in. And then Jin was here talking about my black t-shirt. What did you do for lunch? I got barbecue for lunch, and it was delicious. I've had barbecue 4 days this week, and I'm going to probably die a horrible death. Hi, Listorian. Welcome, man. How are you, man? Hi, 8-Bit. Yo! 8-Bit Val. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you. 8-Bit Val is going to be on the front page of Twitch, I think this Friday, right? Is it Friday? Picking out my daily wardrobe easier. That's right. That's all I'm doing is I'm maximizing the time that I have available. Solo, thank you again for following the channel. Hi, Fateful. Hi, Senses. I can repost it. Tomorrow. All right, so Wednesday. What time do you go live? So guys, 8-Bit Val is going to be on the front page of Twitch tomorrow. 9 a.m. Pacific, so that is 10 a.m. my time. That is noon for Scott Allen. I want barbecue. Do I need garden first? Ooh. Do you not have a garden to go cook? That horrible dust, barbecue and ice cream. Charles. Hi, Greenbag. You know all the time zones. I don't know them all. What is your go-to? Sweet, spicy? I am a spicy barbecue dude. I'm a very spicy barbecue dude. All right, I got to bring up my picture of Frodo to... I can't remember how all the colors work here. Frodo D. Baggins. And I know I could create my own Frodo D. Baggins. But just want to make sure I understood where all my colors were. 8-Bit Val, I'm super excited for you. I am super excited for you. So guys, if you want to take part in not only an awesome stream, but a charity tomorrow, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, our friend 8-Bit Val is going to be on the front page of Twitch. We absolutely have to go support one of our amazing friends and show her a ton of love. Also, support JDRF in support of childhood diabetes. And I think we can all do that, right? I think we can all do that. Greenbag, how's your day? Eastern time, baby. Is your schedule changing at all for summer? No, not yet. I appreciate you asking. I think what we're going to do for the summertime, so the kids are done with school this Friday, I think, right? Thursday, Friday. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to keep stream time the same, but I am going to take the kids on adventures like maybe once or twice a week during the morning just to give my wife a break because it's a lot. It's a lot to manage 3 kids and schedules and camps and stuff like that. So we'll probably do a couple days a week where I'll take the kids in the morning just to go do adventures. Then I'll be streaming sort of normal time. I'd like to put in a couple of night streams too. I like to do a couple of things on Saturday, which I think would be a good time. And then maybe a couple of group streams, friend streams, sort of intermixed. I think that would be kind of fun. Shannon, you asked about my barbecue preference. What's your barbecue preference as you're dealing with thunderstorms and storms and hurricanes and tornadoes and stuff like that? What is your favorite? I'm a spicy barbecue sauce dude. Charles Chair, Nepal is 15 minutes ahead of India's time zone. It's 5. Wait, why is it 15 minutes ahead? Why is it 15 minutes ahead? 150 neighbors, so I don't know a single one. You don't know a single neighbor? Man, when I come to Germany, we're gonna go meet all your neighbors. Now you're gonna have to house me for a couple of days, but Support for vending and getting rid of child. Supporting it seems kind of villainous. All right. Okay. I see my error. Okay? Okay? When are you going to do outdoor nature painting streams? So, we are going, God, the fucking bunnies on my face. 4 kids, including you. That is fair. So we are going to go back to Wisconsin in a couple of weeks to see Grandma. Grandma's not doing good. And so I am trying to figure out, because I do want to still do some streaming while I'm there, because that's how I'm going to keep my sanity in Wisconsin, you know? You know, if you know, you know. Right, Charles? Right, Princess? If you know, you know. So I would like to do some live streaming stuff, but I'll have to do it from my phone and the iPad, which would be an interesting thing. We'll see if we can figure it out. An X-rated Little Mermaid VHS. Is that the one with the wiener on the elbow? Because screw everybody. Apparently, that's why Nepal is 15 minutes ahead. Takes 2 days to make ribs. Oh, those are the best ribs then. Those would be the best. Come to Germany. Germany is one of the places I really love to visit. I would really, really, really love to visit. It might be tricky to do with the kids and stuff like that, but I would really love to visit Germany. Draven says, I'm almost done with the line art. Line art, what are you working on, Draven? Keep them up to co-stream with you and Babe now at the same time. All that awesome one stream. Sparkles, that would be rad. That would be so rad. Census takers, are you having a good day? Yeah, I like to do co-streams sort of intermittently. I don't want to do them too frequently because again, I feel like the user experience can be a little bit challenged. So I'm super careful about that. I'm also selfish. Like I really just like to be able to talk to my pals here. So. All right, so as I started to build up the value on this piece, I generally like to lay down my base tone and then come back through and start to add a bunch of the extra texture and stuff. One of the favorite methods that I like to use is kind of the blot method. So while this is while the majority of this is dry, I like to come back through and sort of blot little pads of color down. Now, if those pads of color just have a little bit too much of a distinct sort of paint line, all I'll do is I'll take a little bit of water and I'll sort of stamp that out a little bit. Again, I'm a big fan of building value up over and over and over instead of just starting really dark and then trying to figure out how to fix things. Let's put a little bit back there. Stop off to Minnesota. So I think we will probably go through Minnesota. My niece is in the greater Zumbrota area. I'd like to go see her. She's at school in Winona. Berlin for a couple of months over the summer. Oh yeah, right on. I was on Annie's stream earlier today, and we were talking because I took German in high school, but everyone's like, why would you take German? And a lot of it is like when I grew up in Minnesota, there's such an immigrant population from Germany, from Finland, from Norwegian, stuff like that. And that's where a lot of our ancestors sort of came from. And so I took German. I've never been able to use it. I wish I would have taken Spanish. I would have taken a lot of Spanish classes because where I live today, there's a lot of Spanish speaking. And I'd love, love, love to be able to speak the language. Ignore everyone in a friendly way, says. What's your area like? Describe it. Yeah, senses. I'm gonna describe kind of where I live in America. I like that idea. But yeah, going to the post office, senses. We were talking about that when Doomsack was here. I use a thing called ShipStation. I print all my labels off and I just drop it off in a mailbox. Fuck it up and fix it is my method. So the part of the United States where I live in, so I live in a major metropolitan area, but I live on the edge of it. So that's the suburbs. I live in a rather affluent part of the area. So I have a single family home. I live in a cul-de-sac, which is just sort of a round street. And so my front yard is very tiny. My backyard is very big because it opens up sort of in like a pie shape. I think this house has 3 floors to it. We have a 3-car garage, but it's 2 cars and then a tandem garage, Jin, where you can. It's like more of like an indoor shed than anything. This house was probably built in the 90s, and then my view. This is pretty rare, but my view is all open space behind us. So I look out at the mountains. In a bunch of green space, open space. But most of the houses in my area are all packed on, like, they'll take one house lot and they'll put like 2 houses on it, smush it all together, and then make it so it is just like everyone is just smushed on top of each other. So it's kind of gross from that standpoint. We just got lucky with this house. Hi, E-shirt. German is a hard language. Yeah. Yes, it is a hard language. Just say you've seen Edward Scissorhands, that. I don't know if it's like that. But yeah, when I grew up in Minnesota, I grew up in a small middle-class neighborhood. We had a park across the street from our house. It was all sort of single-story, like brick houses built in the 50s. Everyone had 1 car. Everyone had like a detached garage. Everything was really, really, really simple. No one really had big houses in my area when I grew up. Everyone just spent a lot of time outside at the park, barbecuing, walking. Like it was much less emphasis on having a big house. It was much more emphasis on just sort of existing. My house, when I was a kid, our house was about, I think, a $60,000 or $70,000 house when my parents bought it in the 70s. And that house today in Little Rochester, Minnesota, hi Aurelia, is like $269,000. So in 40 years, that house has only grown $200,000 in appreciation. Fluent and SWAT teams. We did have a SWAT team down the street the other day. I mean, 3 months ago? Duel, welcome in. Duel, thank you so much for the year. Valley Dweller, thank you again for cheering. Charles, thank you for giving all sorts of amazing advice and suggestions for Kickstarters. Charles, we should, when I launch the Kickstarter, if you'd be down, we should have a conversation about Kickstarter, like do a stream together and talk about it. Because not only, I'm doing the Kickstarter crowdfunding stuff, but then I think a lot of people could learn, because you've done more campaigns than I have. The college German professor was a wee bit problematic. Justify taking more classes. How problematic? Mountains, never mind. Really, yeah, close. Hi, Kaylee Athena. Public transport. Yeah, so we don't have a lot of public transport out in the side of the town that I live in. Hi, Schmoops. Looking good. Oh, and the art. Thank you, Schmoops. Our teacher is German. She conned me into it. I've told this a lot. I was not a good student in high school. I was an art kid. I really, really, really just loved art. And my senior year of high school, I had a bunch of classes to take to sort of catch up. I was just so far behind because I took a bunch of art classes. And my German teacher, and I was really a fuck up. Like I screwed around all the time. My German teacher pulled me aside one day. He was so frustrated with me because I was with a bunch of like freshmen and I was really goofing around. I was not a good kid at that moment. He pulled me aside and he looked at me and he goes, you know what? You're never going to be anything in your life. You are just so busy screwing around. He goes, you can't listen to anybody. You can't take advice. He goes, you're just going to be a screw up. You're never going to make it anywhere. And he was really direct with me. And yo, Badger, lucky 13 indeed. Thank you, friend. Lindsay, what's your streaming schedule for the summer? I should have asked you too. Man, I'm stupid. I'm looking forward to some Lindsay Badger makes time. So I was obviously very mad when he pulled me aside and said I was never going to make anything in my life. And so I worked really hard. He did the classic Jedi mind trick of telling me the thing that I needed to hear, but he worded it in a way that I was like, you know what German teacher I am? I'm going to make something of my life. And I turned it around. I graduated high school, which I wasn't going to graduate high school because I was too busy screwing around. And then I went on to to get almost full honors in college. And it's because of that guy. Now, I don't think that German teacher ever knew that I ended up not being a complete screw up for my life. I think he just went. I think he just went on just thinking that I was a total dickhead. Had he ever met a teenage boy? I don't know. Bruh, harsh. But that teacher turned it around for me. Now, I think a softer kid or softer parent would be very angry at that, but I needed that. I agree, senses. It didn't. I could have used a different method for sure, but I needed somebody to sort of slap me in the face. High school, college, executive recruiting progression. Might have heard the exit progression. Hi.
Do you have tape? We're doing the egg drop challenge.
Yeah, I do have tape. What kind of tape? Like
Whatever.
one of these?
Yeah, that works.
Cool. You want to say hi?
Hello.
Sullivan got a haircut, lost a tooth. That's Tessa grabbing tape. Cool. Have fun.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too.
Yeah, Pachi.
That's the kids. That's 2 of the 3. I love doing the opposite of what I'm told. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Badger, thank you again. Duel, love you, dude. Much love. Jedi mind tricks of an interaction, but good for you for being positive. Well, I was always I was angry at that guy for a lot of years. Hello. I was angry for a lot of years until I realized that he did me the biggest favor because I was really on a bad path. Hi, orange, yellow, and green. Gorilla tape. Should I just gorilla tape the children all together? Yeah, they're doing an egg drop. They are doing an egg drop challenge as part of their schooling. I missed a couple of comments. I apologize. Valley Dweller did ask a good question. My progression from high school to college. I actually don't think I've really ever talked about it. So graduated high school in '98. Went to college at UW Stout in Menominee, Wisconsin. I was there for 4.5 years. That's where I met Mrs. Wheeler, my bride, my lady who puts up with me. She's from Madison, Wisconsin, and then that's where we go back and go visit, during the year. And then when I graduated college, so I went to business school because I never thought that I would be able to be an artist because I wasn't that great ever. I'm gonna save that Lindsay Badger Mix comment. Wednesday and Friday nights 9:30 as usual. Okay, right on. I went to business school. Never thought that I'd be able to be an illustrator. I went out. Got a job doing sales and marketing. We moved out to Denver sort of shortly after graduation, my wife and I, and then we went to Dallas for 8 months, and then we figured out that Dallas was not the spot for us, that we are totally not Texas kind of people. Just wasn't our jam. We're Colorado, mountainy people, stuff like that. And we ended up moving back. When I came back into Denver in 2004, 2005, I don't remember totally when, I ended up getting a job in recruiting. I worked for a company called Aerotech. This story is really funny. When Aerotech was such a straight-laced, white-collar company, on my 4th day, I came in wearing sort of you had to wear a dress shirt and slacks and shoes, and you had to wear shoes, shoes. But I came in wearing sort of a lilac purple dress shirt with a tie. It looked great. It was a great combination. I got pulled aside, and they told me that unless I was going to wear blue or white shirts, that I couldn't come to work. That's the kind of like straight-laced place that spot was. It was really frustrating. So I was there for a couple of years, cut my teeth, and then I ended up going into outsourced recruiting, working at a company that put me in really cool, fun companies like technology companies. I worked for a joint called Brocade, which is a technology company out of San Jose. That was really fun. So I did a lot of stuff through them. And then a couple of years I worked for the world's largest kidney care company called DaVita. And I was the executive recruiter to the CEO. And then I worked at a big payments technology company. And that brought me until about age 36. And that's when I quit. That's when I quit my day job and decided to draw Gore to the rings. Hi, Mr. Twix. I know talent is an undiagnosed female neurodivergent in the 90s. I did not understand the concept of research psychology or preparing you for rejection. Oh, I'm sorry, Princess Sparkle Farts. That sucks. Yeah, Jezebel. So I was a recruiter. So I recruited top level corporate talent for big companies. And then I left it all to plunge my family into poverty. Business students are so weird. You've met one. It was an awkward mix. Yeah, totally. How dare shoes. I know. Blue or white shirt. How dare you have flair? Yeah, it was a lilac shirt. It looked gorgeous. It was a gorgeous lilac shirt, and I was told that I could not wear it. I had to wear blue or white. Hating on green shirts. I know. It sucked. It sucked. That was kind of and I was making like $13 an hour. It was the worst job. It was the worst. Simpsons episode where Homer is in pink because of Bart's red hat. I have never seen that episode. Purple or blue? Aurelia, that'd be perfect. That would be perfect. But I knew at the age, God, what age was I? I knew kind of like age 33, 34 is when I really started to dream about quitting my day job. And we started really saving up money and everything like that to be able to be able to leave. My wife was a recruiter for a big law firm here in town. It wasn't until my mom passed away, however, and I had a bit of an inheritance to give me a safety net, is when I was able to take the plunge and leave full time. But then obviously and we talked about it, our first, few years of all of that was Sullivan being born super early, Holden having epilepsy. Like the first few years, hi Zach. The first few years were real garbage in terms of my freelance time. It was a rough start. Master Ninja Ryuken, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Having some fun. Is it loud? Can you guys hear the kids in the background? The microphone is supposed to just hit me in the chest and just pick me up. But yeah, you can probably hear it a little bit. 16 hours paid time off. Do local volunteer? Old Bun, that's rad. Ever recruited someone and then really regretted it? I did, yeah. There was a couple of situations that I recruited some talent that would lead certain parts of businesses, and then ultimately found out that those people were just ginormous douchebags. They fit the bill on paper, but then they completely suck. And that was hard. That was really hard. One of the big challenges about being an executive recruiter is when you work with hiring managers. And again, that job was great for a long time, so I don't want to complain about it too much. But when you work with a hiring manager, they are desperate to get top-level talent in because if they don't, it's their butts. And so what they do is they ride you like a miniature pony, and they make your life miserable, thinking that you can just make candidates just pop. But it doesn't work like that. Urge to quit the rat race. Smiley. It's probably a good time to think about it. We do have some suggestions and some thoughts, some questions that need to be answered if people want to leave their day jobs, which we can always talk about. But yeah, I have some distinct thoughts. Glad to be here. Master Ninja, I appreciate that very much. Your microphone is a goddamn liar. Is it really loud? Can you hear them very loudly? I can hear them. I think the background sounds are great. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. I would like to make it so you don't hear all of it. It's not the way that this is supposed to be designed. It's a vibe not affecting. Sounds like the background. Yeah, so I didn't want everything to sound super dead here, but yeah, they are quite loud. It's part of the patina of a live stream, I suppose, right? Polo shirt to work every day. I don't own polo shirts. Oh, that is really sweet, Old Bun. What kind of job did you get? What kind of job did you get? Oh, wait. So speaking of your pet's real character, so I was talking with Jen earlier today, and I think we are going to plan I'm really excited for this because I think there's a lot that we could learn here and not only have just a shitload of fun. But I think Your Pet's Real Character and I, so Jin and I are going to do a Chaotic Draw Along event sometime in June, maybe early July. And I think it's going to be really cool because to be able to talk to somebody who's in Germany and learn all about what the creative life is like there and growing up in school and university and stuff like that. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be really cool. Now, both of us have acknowledged that neither of us are incredible at the English language. So Jin did suggest, though, that the two of us might combine to create one whole adult. So we'll find out. It's fine. Okay. Thank you, Greenbag. Yeah, I might need some help, too. We used to have Jason come in, but Jason hasn't been here for months. We were going to do a bunch of things to my microphone to fix it just to really focus on my voice. But Jason hasn't been around, and I don't have another sort of like top-notch technical wizard to help me with all of this. Here's my kids stomping all over the house, up and down the stairs, and every annoyed scream. Yeah, I don't mind it because I like kids. I don't mind it because I like the kids. It is a dad life. I can't tell what everyone's saying. It's more like barking. Yeah. My kids are barking. They're barking mad. I can ignore your kids. You can't. That's fair. Yeah. No, Jesse, that's totally right. Hi, Babe Ross. Babe Ross, welcome in. How's your day? Oops, wrong one. This one?
Anthony Wheeler, how dare you!
Babe Ross, welcome to the live stream. This is the Gordo. This is my new interpretation of Gordo. Our friend Sparrow won this as part of our dual live stream on Friday. Babe Ross and I. Babe, what you up to today? What's on the agenda? Are you getting ready for streaming? So Babe streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, generally in like an hour, 30 minutes to an hour from now. So I'm really hoping you make some good money on the side. That's awesome, Smiley. So yeah, we've talked about sort of some of my commandments for quitting your day job. And so some of the questions that I think you have to have answered, you don't have to have them answered perfectly, but I do think you have to answer the question of, do people like your artwork? Do you have customers? Do you have money set aside and saved for life expenses? Do you have a thriving social media, and what does that look like? And then are you able to self-evaluate your work to be able to say, I'm good at this, but I need to learn at this? Like, do you have really good self-awareness to say, I could be much better if I could do this, and if I could do this, and if I could do this? Those are some of the basic core questions that I try to demand that people ask themselves before they think about quitting their day job. Lynn and I, but Lynn won't talk. Oh, I would love it if Lynn chatted. That'd be so good. The wings and the halo, but you get the idea. Draven, I'll try to take a look a little bit later. 4 a.m. to stock my favorite brand of chips. Don't have to answer phones and people, but you have to show up at 4 a.m. Ugh, that's a tough one, dude. I'm sorry, old bun. Hopefully you enjoy it, though. Doing a teaching Tuesday on capturing likenesses. Painting Nick Offerman. Yes, hell yeah. So what time does that start? What time are you doing that, babe? I'm keeping this on screen because I've referenced it a whole bunch. Where did it go? I love it. So on Friday's Chaotic Draw Along, Babe Ross and I did our prompt, Gourd of the Rings. And obviously mine is on the left, hers is on the right. We talked a lot about likenesses. We talked a lot about building portraits with value. We talked about landmarks on the face. I'm really excited to check that out. Self-awareness questions. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'll drop the Discord link to my photo of your use. Whenever, Cornelius, I just let me know when it's there. I'll go look. Nope, no one no. Oops, wrong one. Rumble Ponies game. That's okay, Draven. Didn't quit, but I would have already. Yeah, I just told Kelly to quit her job. I was like, just quit your job. Just come work with me. 4:30 Pacific, so 5:30. So guys, Babe Ross is going to go live in an hour. So Babe, tell us if you have a second to type. So tell people what are a couple of the things that they're going to be able to learn if they come hang out on the stream today about likenesses and stuff like that. What are you going to be focusing in on? Cortland, dude, hell yeah, man. Cortland, that's amazing. I'm so excited for you, Cortland. You're really figuring it out. I love it very much. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, side note, speaking of dual live streams and stuff like that, again, I'm hopeful that Babe and I can do a live stream together, what's it called? Bounce back and forth between her channel once a month, my channel and the other month, whatever. But I chatted with my friend Lee White today, and we talked about doing a live stream together. Lee is a master of watercolor and watercolor scenes and things like that. And so we talked about doing a live stream together sometime to talk about watercolor painting and stuff like that. And then it's really cool because he also has a couple of tutorials available online for purchase. So not only could we do some stuff on stream, but then if anybody was interested, then they could purchase his extra tutorials and stuff like that, which I think would be really cool. Really cool. Basic customer service type job to a creative job. Let me think about that one. Jezebel, copy and paste that, or copy that question and paste it again in a minute because I got to work through a couple of things mentally. But let's talk about that. I'd be really excited to talk about that. Money, dude, that's awesome, Addie and Daddy. All right, let's go check out. Let's go see what's in the Discord from our friend Cornelia. So Ula Jean, this is a giveaway that Ula Jean won. Brilliant commission to Stan Sakai, Usagi Ujimbo. Oh man, dude, I am so... Yo, Babe, thank you for that. Babe, thank you for gifting that sub to Aurelia. I appreciate it. Babe has gifted 48 subs in the chat. I appreciate it very, very much. So, was it 2 years ago, Cornelius? I was taking sketchbook commissions as part of launching the Super Awesome Sketchbook. And this Usagi is one of my absolute favorites, the pink and the green. I was really inspired about this particular piece. So we have this little lake system next to us. And by calling them lakes, they are as big as 8-bit Val. Like the lake is literally as big as she is. It's tiny. It's like a pond more than anything. 8-bit, have a good one. And I was walking down there with the kids one day, and there was these cattails, those big fluffy black cattails or brown cattails. And there was just this idea that popped in my head of Usagi sort of crawling through the swamp.
I'm Tony Wheeler,
ready to fight.
The characters guy.
I'm so glad you love it.
Hey, you want to
Weird
learn
Love
to
Raw
draw?
Raw.
It's
Welcome
me,
in.
Tony. Hey,
Hi, Billiam.
guys.
Hello, hello.
It's me, Tony. We gotta draw today. You got your characters ready?
I got distracted and I put green in the wrong spot. It's okay. Billiam Babble, how are you? Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Anthony. We are painting in my follow-up to Friday's Chaotic Draw Along the Gourd of the Rings when I got a chance to stream with the amazing Babe Ross the other day. Billiam, how are you? How was your stream? Babe, thank you again for gifting that sub. Oh, I appreciate it, guys. Is that Hoshi? How do I pronounce that name? Is that Hoshi Bear? Welcome, welcome, Billiam. How are you? Gourd of the Rings, I get it. I am as confused as always. Yes. This is Gordo, Frodo from The Lord of the Rings. That's right. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Guys, I'm Anthony. I draw this kind of stuff. When I'm done with that, we're going to paint Rainbow Bright. We're going to paint Rainbow Bright. I'm a medical scientist. Now I do biomedical illustration on the side. Is X art a thing? Can I make that a thing? Yes, you can make X art a thing, Aurelia. Wait, different X art. Got it. Where did Jin's comment go? I have to scroll back up. Things went so quick. Where did it go? I missed the comment from Jin. Currently started a project, working on behind the scenes for years. It's a big heart project. Quit our art job. Build a second leg to stand on. I want to hear more. I really want to hear more. part of the success that I talk a lot about is, I think with everything that we do creatively, and this is the hard part, is that I think you have to have, we call it the financial stool, that the financial stool has to have multiple legs. The more legs that there is on a financial stool is the more stable it is. The less legs, like if there's one leg on your financial stool, you're going to tip over and bad things happen. So I think it's really good to have a lot of diversity in your portfolio and diverse ideas, diverse projects, different lines of incomes, things like that. We were even talking today, I was hanging out with some of the SVS guys, talking about just all sorts of stuff. And one of the conclusions that I just keep coming to over and over again is I don't want to be a social media guy. I don't want to just spend my life making bullshit Instagram reels for just people to watch 12 seconds of and click off of. However, there is a version of making short form content where I can tell a story and that sort of thing. And I enjoy the storytelling aspect. And so I'm really just trying to make sure that when I'm telling stories, whether it's making pictures like Lord of the Rings or making an Instagram reel, I'm telling a story about something. And that helps me really feel like a good, complete creative person. Bobo, thank you for that. Hi, Mel. Mel, welcome in. To puzzles than playing very little nightmares. Billiam, I'm really good. It's been a good couple of days. Gonna play that one. Smiley, we'll have a much better version of that sometime very soon. If there's is it bad? Yes. Hi, Felipe. A sitting stool. Financial stool. You guys can take things in the wrong direction so quickly. I would never do that. I'm the normal person here. Hello, Mr. Watercolorer. Bobo, thank you. Rainbow Bread is amazing and wholesome. I'm here for it. That's what we're going to work on next. Mel, how's your day? So good to see you. I appreciate you popping your face in. I think we're almost done with this one. Trying every floorboard individually in Procreate. Let's click on that. Where did that go? Whoa, this is really cool. You've done each one of these individually in Procreate. I love it. That's incredibly creative. More art everywhere, better. Yes. And sometimes art has to be storytelling in other ways. That's my TLDR. That is correct. Blaming English language for being so silly. This is so cool. Give us your Instagram, Billiam. Billiam, do you have time? Are you interested in sharing your Instagram so I can share more of your work? Supposed to be at a sculpture garden, but it was closed, so I went shopping for art supplies. What did you buy? Mel? Yes. Oh, you know what? We do need, that you do make a good point. We do need the Babe Ross sound as a sound for whenever I change screens. Babe, is there any chance you can make that sound for us real quick?
Anthony Wheeler, how dare you!
I don't even know how to make that sound in my voice. I just can't. Billy and Babble, dude, let me follow this Instagram. Let me share off your artwork. Guys, please give Billiam a follow here. So cool. I love this eyeball. I need shopping therapy. Well, now that you have a new job for all the shopping, you can do that. Look at all these tiles. Gray tone sketchbook. Very good. Some chalk pastel pencils to go with it. Some gouache tubes. What kind of gouache do you like to use? Gouache is a thing that I would like to get into, and I would like somebody to teach me how to do gouache. Gouache is very antithetical to my process, and so I would like somebody to teach me. Draw me as a Klingon. Billiam, is this you as a Klingon? Hi, Riz. The eyeball has limbs, as it's supposed to. Eyeballs are always supposed to have limbs. Hi, Marusky. Marusky, what you up to? Guys, this is Billiam Babbles. Just stick paint on, smear it, right? Oh, is that how you do it, Princess PJs? It's in the finished creations. Okay, cool, Draven. I will pop in. I appreciate you giving me an update. I always get lost with the finished art. There it is. Super cool. Billiam, again, enjoy your afternoon or evening. Thank you so much for rating the channel. I appreciate it very much. Holbein, yeah. Holbein's really great. All right, a little bit more Sparrow McGee, then I'm going to send out your package. I'm going to touch your package all night, Sparrow McGee. Is that the wrong thing? Did I say that wrong? Monks who draw intricate designs and hand-printed books. Aurelia, what kind of scientist are you again? What kind of science do you perform? I think you said it earlier, but again, ADHD is a difficult thing to deal with. So there's another line right there. There's something cooking in this paper that is just not, I don't know what's going on. So for those of you who do a lot of work on pen and paper and stuff like that, one of the challenges that I'm working with this particular pad of paper that I got from Strathmore is that there is some sort of imperfection or some sort of line, some sort of scratch on the coating, the outer coating. So when these papers are created, there's a sizing product that that covers the paper to make everything sort of work. Jesus Christ. To sort of work. Let's just go with it. However, what I am suggesting is that there is some sort of damage to the exterior sizing, which is creating this weird line. And I don't honestly know what could have happened, if it's something that I did or if it's something that came sort of prepackaged from the facility. But it is frustrating because I have a little bit of this. Now, most of it will go away when it all dries, and I will work my way through trying to hide as much of it as I can. But there's another one right there. Low-key, just opaque watercolor. It is. Yep, it is. But the way that I work, Aurelia, is that my style is much more line art dependent. And I like to have the line art established before I do any of the painting. And so it's just a totally different technique of how I would have to lay it down. Minecraft, I'll post it tomorrow. Okay, sweet. Maruski, I'd love to see it. This is the piece that Draven was referencing here momentarily. Moments ago. There's a line in there about stuff. Cornelius. Paper, merely a flesh wound. This is adorable. This is very adorbs. This is very adorables. MD, PhD program, so I'm starting to be a physician scientist, focused on biomedical science. Doing biology is a vague hope of someday becoming medicine in the future. That's awesome. I appreciate you sharing. That's a lot to type out. And doing scientific illustration on the side. Yeah, the little tooth is cute. Aurelia, do you have an Instagram that you'd like to share? Do you have any art that we can peruse? Is this Mel? This is Mel, right? Look at Mel making all these beautiful moths. Hi, Nevi Yeti. Are we on an alt account, Nevi? Nevi Yeti, are we on an alt account? Yeah, Endrift, we're really lucky. There's some amazing people. So this is our pal Mel. Streams here on the platform. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, good. Good. This is our pal Alan, our French friend Alan. Idea for looser painting, adding highlights or patterns. Yep. Yeah, the gouache dry brush, Aurelia, from the 1950s Disney is just goals, #goals. I would love to do something like that someday. It just feels like it's so far away from what I do. Look at the damage. God damn it. Just too good. That would not be cool by Twitch. Well, Nevi Yeti, who is a brand new person that I've never met in my entire life, I would like to say hello and welcome. Nevi Yeti, specifically to you, this is Donna's artwork, but I am Anthony, and I host the Anthony Wheeler Art live stream Monday through Friday, 5 Eastern. Welcome to the channel. Welcome for the first time. Yeah, welcome for the first time. Just a donut cop at the scene of the crime. God, donut detectives. Alcarice, you know how to get me. You know how to get me. A donut detective. I will take this every damn time. Hi, Lauren. Lauren, it's good to see you. How's your day? Rewrote almost everything. Create a fitting story. The world to me. Am I allowed to link? You're allowed to link to every account. Jin, I love you and Lynn. You guys make me happy. I consider you guys my friends. You are allowed to link to anything. Won't activate. Olban, I like that comment quite a bit. So Olban, I think, asked a really great question. Evan Roz, again, much love, friend. So I got an important question. What do you do when you have 5 projects going, 3 project ideas all at the same time, but you can't get your get started button? I struggle with this. So my form of ADHD and anxiety really manifests in the getting started portion of it. I struggle very much so with the getting things turned on. Fuck it, who cares? However, the second I get started, I can go and go and go forever. Forever. God damn it. I struggle with the finishing part. So many jokes. So the getting started part is challenging. Let's see, what can I share? Yeah, let's share this. So here's what I do. So this is my daily to-do list. I always take a super awesome sketchbook. I put all my daily to-dos and everything like that. So I have a couple of big things. I'm working on the artwork for the chaotic cards. I'm working on the lettering for my YouTube video, social media, inking my Rainbow Bright, penciling Emily's piece. So these are the things that I'm doing. But part of the carrot of me being able to perform at a high level is being able to check things off. I love that, or the whatever Babe Ross does. So I make sure that there's things on my to-do list that are checkable really quickly. It's still a thing. Like I had to review the survey today for tomorrow's playtest. I hung out with the SVS guys today. I inked Rainbow Bright. Those are things that I was able just to check. What that ends up doing is I'm seeing that I'm accomplishing things, and then it helps me then go on to accomplish the other things. So it's like easy wins. And I think one of the hard things in the creative sort of ecosphere is that we don't have momentum. And getting momentum is really challenging. But if you give yourself an opportunity to celebrate a win or two, I think it can be really helpful. Hi, Tiffany. It's silly that Twitch continues celebrating monthly anniversaries no matter how long you've subscribed. Well, you know what, Tiffany? It's not silly that you are amazing. Thank you so much. Police, TOS, police. But yeah, so I do that quite a bit. But yeah, I do really struggle with the whole kind of getting started stuff. It's just my anxiety is a lot sometimes. It just is. It's really frustrating. So I get it. Finishing together is the best way. A game timer. Yep, game timer. Yep. Kaylee, we're good. How are you? Hi, Breaded. Guys, thank you for listening to me with the accidental innuendos. I have to rewatch this, see what you said about my doodle. Alcarice, I loved it. Pair up with buddies to do the finishing part. Yep. Please send our condolences to the missus. No. The missus is just fine. She's just fine. She's well taken care of. Well taken care of, that missus. She hates me, but she's well taken care of. Tiffany, are you having a nice day? You've been here for over a year? 16 months, Nevietti. Which if you had been around for a couple of years, Nevietti, then you would find that out. what is this? Lost Scent comic. Drawn. Is this drawn by both Lynn and Jin? We're such adults here. Yeah, we're all a bunch of just complete scumbags, and it's my favorite part. When part of your daily work checklist is inking Rainbow Bright. Yeah, that was a legitimate work thing that I did today. Ah, this is so good so far. So these are the character designs. Finish together is the best way. Come back. Welcome back, Lizzie. I'm tired, but keeping my chin up. Just keep your chin down. It's fine. It's fine. Struggle with getting... Nope. Goddamn, I'm not going to click on that. Some days small things like take a shower, take out the trash. Yep. It's that little stuff. I also feel like for me, the one thing that helps a lot, Nevi Yeti, thank you for the follow. Brand new friend who we've never met in our entire lives. I appreciate that very much. You just pushed me over to 18 billion follows. That's really cool. I also think that the thing that works for me a lot is physical activity. Walking, running, playing catch, lifting weights, etc. That's the kind of thing that unlocks a lot of my stuffs. God, this is so good so far. The artwork on this is outstanding. Hear screams from the basement. Yeah, she's tied up down there. Valley Dweller, thank you for throwing a nickel at me. Try to draw characters from movies. You watching Hitman's Bodyguard? What if you're just watching the Bodyguard movie from the 80s with Kevin Costner? Can you take inspiration from that? Reward base the short-term finish. Bigger projects. Someone clip all the innocents. So guys, this is Lynn and Jin's project. This sounds like a massive passion project from our two friends. And, oops, did I not copy this? I want to copy and paste this in chat so you guys can follow. Did I see something, if you guys get to 500 followers on that you're going to do a giveaway? What's the giveaway going to be? Will you do me a huge favor? Will you give them a follow? Music gets me hyped to do. What kind of music do you listen to get hyped? I listen to, so it's really cool. So Gay Club Anthem likes to yodel. And so Lizzie has recorded all of these amazing yodeling songs. And I play those in the background. It's really pretty great. Is that what gets you going too? I can share them. Lizzie's got a whole bunch of them. What's up, my moist brother? Chefard, welcome in, dude. The moistest of the moist. Another thing that we would do on the webcomic project is we would take a big project, break it down into tiny, 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 tiny little pieces. And then we would really just make sure that we were tackling sort of one thing after the other. So I do think taking those really big sort of, hardcore things and just making them like little bite-sized Tootsie Roll type deals. And it does make it go a little bit easier because you get wins, you get quick wins. I think we were talking about this earlier today too. I think one of the big challenges with our brains right now is we get that little tiny dose of serotonin. When I read your comment, when somebody reads my comment on stream, when you guys react to my stupid jokes and my innuendos and puns, like you get that little dose of serotonin. When you find a YouTube or a TikTok that you love and you get that quick hit, it's very mind-altering, chemical-altering. And then it's hard to then sit down and focus on drawing a thing because our brains are just so used to getting like this infinite amount of serotonin. And so it's hard to be self-directed in those cases. I struggle with it quite a bit. The Occidental innuendo, where you insinuate that people are from the United States. Is that how that works? Sparrow, I hope you like this. If you don't, put it on eBay. Somebody will buy it. Girl talk songs, mashup of clips from all sorts of hits. They blend them seamlessly. Ew. Ew. You're not, wait. There's also an 80s movie called My Bodyguard. Scott, I wish you were my bodyguard. Yodeling gets me crunked. Yodeling gets me crunked. That's not a sentence I ever thought would happen here on the stream. I've never heard of girl talk, ever, but I'm here for it. People wanted colored headshots, any character. Thanks for sharing, means the world. Thank you to everyone who followed. Yeah, guys, please follow the Lost Scent comic for our friend Your Pet's Real Character. Again, I love having them around, and I would like to keep them around. Real quick before we start painting Rainbow Bright, our friend Emily hung out for a year and a half and saved up as many channel points as she could to redeem a sketch. And so she asked for Jim Hawkins from the 1990s Disney movie Treasure Planet. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the design before we jump in and work on Princess PJ's piece here. I want to find a good image to show you guys because this is a really cool character design. Yeah, let's show this one. Let's show this one. Oops. Did you hear it? Right? Right, Jay So Fluffy? So real quick, this is the reference, the one that's up in the box. I wish I could make this a little bit bigger. I don't know how big that is. Let's go to the Jim Hawkins Wikipedia. You for the moist word. I'm so sorry. Valley Dweller Zone who made me say it. So look at the character design though. Look how high up the eyes are in the overall of the head, and that the forehead is really more like a two head. And all the reference of Jim Hawkins too, that the nose, the line for the nose practically doesn't exist. It's just the nubby part right there. And that it is almost connected to his chin. So there's this massive gulf and divide between the eyes and the nose. But because they establish the tone of the character design, you don't question it. On its own, hi Rosmere, on its own you sort of question it, but against all of the rest of the characters, you don't really think twice about it. I'm smitten by how they designed this, and that's really why I was excited to play with it here. So I'm going to move that over there. So on my version of the character, here's what I'm thinking. I did a couple of small little sketches on the back of this. So if we were going to do sort of a more straight-on version, I think what you would see is that the eyes would probably be more right here, and the nose could still be right there. But that's obviously not this version of that character, and that the forehead would be much bigger. And so Babe Ross is going to probably talk a bunch about this in 45 minutes on her stream, but it's the observations of I can't draw this character, nor do I want to, directly on model. But I do want to make sure that I capture some of the things that I think are going to be integral to the character. So the way that I designed it is that we do have sort of the divide between the eyes and the nose. We've got the really big, thick eyebrows. We've got the floofy hair coming off the hairline right there, but also that the hairline is really that 2 finger widths versus the 4 or 8 finger widths, you jerks. And that the chin line, or excuse me, the jawline, works against where the nose is right here. And let's talk about that construction. Musty instead of moist. You guys are ridiculous. You guys are ridiculous. Shefford, what are you doing today? Just causing all sorts of problems for people? Whispers the dopamine. Dopamine. Dopamine? My bad. You are not the annoying scientist. Thank you for correcting me. What do you get? What's serotonin do for you? What is serotonin? And who is Sarah? Who is Sarah? Yes, dopamine. My bad. Dopamine, dopamine, dopamine. Squelchy dampness. Jesus Christ. Dopamine, dopamine. Sarah is tonin. That's right. That's right. My ex. Samfaka. All right. Welcome to the channel. All right. He's very pointy. Sarah is toning. Duh. I'm trying to stay out of Twitch jail. Is the high that you chase. That's right. What is serotonin then? Okay, so here's how I constructed this. So we have the circle right here. Again, I always create the circle for the upper portion of the skull. That is the upper palate to the top of the crest of the head. I do like to generally put the nose at the bottom of where that is, and then maybe draw the jawline just slightly down. Now, keep in mind, if we're looking at this as sort of not necessarily a sphere, but actual planes of the face. So we have the eyes right here, and then we have the nose. And then this is where the cheek basically is, this plane back over here. The ear is generally connected between the eye line and the nose line. I say generally, everyone is a little bit different. Lindsay Badger makes got her ears surgically removed and then reattached higher on her head because she thought that looked cool. So just do with it what you will. The jawline is generally connected to the bottom of where I draw the bottom of my sphere because this is where the jaw hinges open and closed. And so on the character model of Jim, this comes down like this and then cuts back over. The interesting thing about Jim Hawkins and the character model from Disney is that he doesn't really have a super pronounced cheekbone. So I draw a lot of my characters, especially my male characters, with really high cheekbones or thick cheekbones. So on this one, I really had to be very cautious on that because I didn't want to go so far off of the model. The other thing is that he's got a very triangular shape. So Jim, in the start of the Treasure Island movie or Treasure Planet movie, he's a space pirate, right? And so there's lots of danger to be abound by his character design that we're using lots of triangles to design. But a lot of times you'll see him with really soft eyes and soft circular shapes that still make him an inviting sort of safe character. But they do definitely design him with a heap of triangles in mind. But the fluffiness and the floppiness of the hair helps bring in a little bit of that softness. Right? Let's put that right there. Serotonin fights the... More accurate for instantaneous rewards. Oh, thank you, Aurelia. Aurelia, we're gonna keep you on staff for when I say stupid science things. Did somebody say moist? No. No. Serotonin is happy. Dopamine is reward. Ooh, I like that. Hi, there's my friend Maximum Wetness cheering 1 bit. There's my dopamine. Cheering 2 bits. There's my additional dopamine. And then in a second, she's going to cheer 3 bits, and that's going to be my further dopamine. And then she brings me lots of serotonin because I'm happy when Nicole's around. There it is. I'm reading Dogs for Life comment. Ah, interesting. Okay. Maximum Oneness, how are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for that. Hi, Yellow Beans. Yellow Beans, why are Yellow Beans the better beans? Allison K. Art, hello, hello. We're just drawing a quick Jim Hawkins from Treasure Planet. And this is just our rough sketch. It's a great question. So overexcited biomedical things come up. Did somebody say biomedical? Oh, that's awesome. The third bit. I know, the third bit. Yep, peak. Peak dopamine. Peak. Allison, how are you? I'm Anthony. It's really good to meet you. This is what we were doing on stream earlier. This is Gordo Baggins from Gordo the Rings. And then in a second or two, to give you guys all your dopamine, you dirty jerks, we are going to be painting Derpy Rainbow Bright. That's going to happen in less than 7 minutes, okay? Okay? Kay Shefford? Kay? Kay? Great. Peak, that's right. List and projects. So Old Bun, as part of our new Level Up Club initiative, which is going to be our $5 a month sort of art club thingy, I think that could probably be I think that could probably be a really cool thing. I would be. I think that might be a really good spot for something like that. I am open to suggestion on anything Discord related. Especially for banning people like Shefford for using the word moist too aggressively. Look, man, I don't know anything. I just work here. Do you have any projects you're working on outside of Twitch, like commissions? Why do you ask, my beautiful friend? Beautiful and non-creepy way. Don't send Blake after me again. I can't. He's too strong for me, that Blake. What? Yeah. Asking for yellow beans, he meant sweet corn. I thought it was funny, so I chose it. I don't often ask for yellow beans when I go inside the subway. Nicole, this couple of months is really tricky because we're trying to get the chaotic draw along cards really out the door to the printer, everything like that. So that's kind of a big deal. Then we're working on Level Up Club. And then we are building a new print line. These are all kind of the things in order. We're building the new print line between the Tyrannosaurus Rex kidlit style prints, and then the skeleton floral prints that I'm working on. So there's that. Beyond that, though, I was hopeful that Gearbox and I might work together on another project. That hasn't come to fruition, and I don't know if it will. I would enjoy it if it would, but I don't know if it's going to come into fruition. The rest of it, Nicole, is I'm working on a lot of social media video stuff. So that has been kind of consuming of a lot of my time. He didn't mean to creep in. Repeat forbidden word. Forbidden word. Hi, Bearded Jalapeno. Building an empire. The trick is to be luke moist. Not too wet, not too dry. Luke moist. I hate that I read that out loud. I hate that. You know what? I apologize for what Commander Shepard just paid me to say on stream. I apologize for his behavior. Where are the details of this level up idea? They are not published online yet. They are not published online. The Level Up Club is going to be it's going to be it's tricky. It's tricky to describe in 30 seconds or less at the moment. But it's a hub for creatives, both from an independent business community side, but it's also from an aspiring illustrator learning to learn things and stuff like that. Is this a portrait of Pablo? Yes. And we have a whole bevy of rewards and things to help people feel like it's just super valuable for their time. I will explain it. Once I build all the tiers out, I will explain it. But it's going to be available either via Patreon or Discord is the way that we're building it. And it's really bootstrapped by a heap of video content that will come out on a semi-daily basis. And the goal is that we're going to be launching all of this stuff in a pretty big barrage of content here in the next month and a half. So, I Sparkle Frog, the green version. My ears feel dirty. Good. I love that you said it out loud. Yeah. How can you aggressively use the word moist? It's awesome so far. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very cool. Thank you for saying that. Allison, what kind of work do you like to make? Pumpkin Creature gave me inspiration. Ooh, Draven, that's awesome. I'm glad that you dug it. I'm really glad that you dug it. This horrible swill that is the moist. I am sorry, Mel. It's a rough one. Yeah, the whole impetus behind the Level Up Club is that there's a lot of people who make tutorial content for the internet, and some of those people are not experts, and I am one of them. I want to be able to learn publicly on a whole heap of different topics. We were talking about acrylic paint, and in gouache paint, we were talking a lot about character design. I've always said that I really want to sharpen my skills when it comes to drawing the female form versus the male form. But there's also stuff that I really am super passionate about, character design, comics, et cetera, and I love to teach those because I feel really confident in my ability to do that. And the Level Up Club is my way to be able to do that in a very focused manner, to provide 3 to 4 minute videos on a daily basis, the quick kind of TLDR type, where we can talk through a topic, we can provide a lot of detail, give a suggestion and some action items, and we can help people sort of move on and just make stuff. And then the other side of it is I'm really super passionate about business. I'm a huge business nerd. And I want to be able to talk about that stuff and answer questions. But everyone's got such different questions, and I want to be able to make a repository for all of the business questions, and have a video library on demand for people. How do I do taxes? How do I do sales tax? How do I ship items? How do I answer an angry email from a customer? How do I prioritize one project versus another project? How do I do a balance sheet? All of that stuff, and I want to build a repository of all of those video answers accessible to people, and then I think we could cause a lot of good stuff. So, bleh. Start entering cheat codes now. I would like you. Yes, you can. Yes, Nicole. Enter in all your cheat codes. But like I said, the way that I envision the Level Up Club, it's like my Twitch will remain free. I will not put ads on it. I would prefer. I don't care where people subscribe if they want all that extra content and the very specific, focused information. Just throw $5 over there. Don't worry about the Twitch sub. We'll make sure that there's the 5 free emotes, that you don't have to watch ads or anything like that, and we'll keep this experience exactly what it is, which is just complete bullshit. Had George Costanza when I get enough points. Chris, you're going to see how bad I am at likenesses, my dude. You will see how bad I am at likenesses. It'll be a fun disaster for all of us. Our easy tax website. It made me so angry. Well, yeah, that's the tax portion of it is the most frightening thing of what I do. I hate it. I'm so terrified of all of it. Nicole, what are you up to today? Are there unlimited continues in your house? Sounds like old Bun's learning new tricks. That's exactly what it sounds like. Billiam, enjoy your lurk. Thank you so much for that raid earlier. Aiming for Magic the Gathering, trying to build a portfolio. Allison, I invite you if you're available. Like your Instagram, your Twitter. I would love to be able to see your work, share your work, etc. Please, 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 don't hesitate. All right. Call him moist asshole. Jesus Christ. Why did I read that out loud? Uber for sending stuff. Enter the thing. And a human gets the thing, packs it. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?